Welcome. So for class today, you might require some blocks, a strap, maybe a blanket. We're going to take our time to look at the actions and engagements around tapas, which is really just a way of looking at how we choose to fire up and really make deliberate changes. Um, Tapas is heat. It's that effusion, that like kind of explosion of desire for things to look and to feel differently. And I definitely feel that again and again, it's one of those experiences that we receive passively in the yoga practice of poses of asana, and one that is extremely enhanced as we start to focus a little more deeply on it. So we'll start off today kind of quiet. You'll lay down on your back. We're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana for a few moments. We'll take our time to slowly work open the hips. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and lay down on your back. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together to touch, and you're going to let your knees drop open. Now, if when you do this, it feels to be way too tight for you or is over pressurizing your low back, then that's when you'd grab the blocks and put the blocks underneath your thighs. Your hands can be down on your hips. Let the eyes close and start to make that shift into a deeper breath pattern. We're going to breathe through this for a few moments. As you find yourself settling here, try to pay attention to the sensation of the stretch. Bring more and more breath down into the pelvic bowls as you're inhaling. Allowing the exhale to just empty you. We'll be here for a few more moments. Bring your hands to the outside of the legs and use your hands to help bring the legs together to close. Open the feet out as wide as your hips. Knees point to the sky and just observe what that stretch was offering your body. Now, left ankle over right knee, flex both feet and bring the legs in. Take hold of the right leg somewhere at the shin or at the hamstrings. Suchirandrasana, flex both feet. So you need to gently rock side to side a little bit and try to discover where the bigger stretch is in the hip. And then when you find that place, just hang out there for a few moments. And in that place where you're hanging out, try to press the outer left hip away to rotate deeper into the stretch. And you might discover that you can shift the legs even further over in one direction or the other to find a more helpful stretch. And that's really what we're all about today, is trying to make micro adjustments inside the body in a way that feels safe and stable so that you can increase the heat and the intensity of the shape in a way that feels good to you. Maybe not easy, but good, valuable. Just a few more breaths on this first side. Just keep adjusting and adjusting and adjusting so that you are dynamically present in the stretch. And even the more restorative shapes we'll come to today, we're still looking for presence. You can change the cross of the legs, going for the second side. Starting off with gentle movement, rocking side to side. And gradually leaning more in one way or the other. So 5 more breaths. So you're going to wrap up this next breath. If you need more time, take it. Otherwise, both feet flat on the floor, arms overhead, and just hook your thumbs and try to stretch away from your pelvis up your spine. And then from here, you can roll over to one side. You're going to go ahead and make your way to downward facing dog pose. And when you get to down dog, move around, right? The warmer muscles would move more freely. And so we'll keep up this tapas pattern, trying to create heat so that we can release the tenser areas. Just a few more breaths down dog with some movement. And then gradually you'll bring your down dog to forward fold at the front of your mat, Uttanasana. You can do that however you want. You can walk forward, you can jump forward. Move around a little bit here too, right? In any way that feels nice for you. And we'll try to go through a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar A and Surya Namaskar B, building the heat. And we'll just lean into traditional vinyasa flow, right? Just very classically moving with the breath. Every movement will have a breath, every breath will have a movement. Okay, so we can start it here. You can inhale, lengthen your spine halfway, look forward gently, exhale, fold. That's a vinyasa. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen, halfway, look forward, exhale, fold. Yeah, and one more time. Breathe in, get nice and long. Breathe out, fold down. Come upright, arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Keep the breath moving. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, fold down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step back, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, knees, chest, or chaturanga to the ground. Breathe into a back bend. Breathe out to down dog. Hang out in down dog a few breaths, but keep moving. Pedal, search, right? Look for those areas where your body is suggesting to you to lean into it for more release, right? Even in the summertime, even in the warmer months, we can be tight. The muscles can be cool. The connective tissue cool. Look forward, inhale. Step or hop front of the mat, exhale. Breathe in, get long. Breathe out, fold down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Right, classical vinyasa. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, dog. Breathe in, high plank. Breathe out to the floor. Breathe into a back bend. Breathe out to down dog. Let yourself adjust. Forward as you inhale. Step or hop, exhale from the mat. Lengthen, inhale. Hold, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time through. Breathe in, arms up. Surya Namaskar A. Breathe out, fold down. Inhale, lengthen. Step, jump, or flow this time to dog. When you get to dog, inhale, high plank to the floor. Exhale, back bend, down dog, and breathe. And look forward as you inhale. Step or jump front of the mat. Exhale. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms to the sky. Exhale, chair pose. Pass your hands by your feet and try to stay low. So just for a few moments, you're in that deep chair, the chair that you might not want to stay in for like a minute, but you can stay in for 2 or 3 more breaths. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, jump, or flow to dog. So Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, place the foot right up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga or dog. Second side, left leg, inhale up. Exhale, place the foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, flow to dog. Breathing. Deep breaths. Right? Notice how as the demand increases, the breath changes. Another full breath, and then you're going to look forward as you inhale. Step or jump, exhale, front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, breathe in. Stay in chair, sit deeper. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Now lengthen. Step jumper, floated dog. And throw right in the cycle. Building the heat, right leg, take it up. Exhale, place the foot. Warrior one, inhale. Floated dog, exhale. From your dog, left leg, take it up. And so just moving on your breath. Play with the idea of the breath doing a bit more of the work for you. So you can rely more on it. In down dog, deep breaths in and out. Looking forward as you inhale. Step or jump, exhale, front of the mat. Lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose. And let's flow, inhale up. Exhale, fold one more time through. Inhale, lengthen. Step, jump, or flow. Right leg first. Warrior one through the series. And then the left leg through the series. And breathe. Look forward as you inhale. Step or jump front of the mat. Lengthen. Fold. Chair pose. Hang out here. Try to bring heat deep into the thighs. Lift and spread the toes. Ground down through the front of your heel. Through the pinky toe mound, the big toe mound. Stay grounded, but straighten the legs. Good, let your arms go to your sides. Take a moment, just feel that buzz of your body. You're gonna open your feet wider than your hips. Feet wider than the hips, lift and spread the toes. Come back into chair pose, Uber Utkatasana. Wide-legged chair. Arms alongside the ears. Stage one. Stage two, bring your chest between your thighs. Keep the toes lifting and spreading. 2 more breaths. Now everyone keep the legs wide and fold down. Wide leg forward fold. Bring your palms to the outside of your shins. We need to gently start to push the shins inward towards one another. And as you do that, press your inner thighs out, away from one another. And breathe. One more big breath here. Good. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Hands to the floor, toe heel your feet to hips width. Come back to chair pose. Shift weight to your right leg. You're gonna lift your left ankle outside of the right knee. Flex the feet, spread the toes. Try to get your chest down towards your calf. Hands can be at the hips, the shin, or arms can stretch forward. Yeah, so we've already made this shape once before on our back. Try to work even deeper into that left hip. 2 more breaths. Good, you're gonna inhale, come all the way up, bring the knee to the chest. And then plant the foot, hips width. Good, we'll work the second side, same way. Sit down into chair pose, shift weight to the left leg, right ankle over the left knee. Try to work all the way down so your chest moves towards the calf. Your 3 more breaths together. Feel the heat, pay attention to it. Right, be with that. Instead of trying to kind of avoid or shut out the intensity. This is the last breath. You're gonna inhale, come up, knee to chest, and then place the foot down. Inhale, reach for the sky, full stretch up. Exhale, fold to the floor, step, jump, or flow to downward facing dog pose. Right leg for down dog split. Move it around, enjoy a few breaths. And then you're gonna bring the right foot forward, warrior 1 or high lunge, whichever might feel better for you. Warrior 1 or high lunge. Now look down at the front knee, and I want you to make sure you can see the big toe on the inside of the knee, and try to sit a little deeper down into that thigh. Now lift and spread your toes, and without changing that, you start to open to warrior 2. I want you to feel how you can work deeper into that right hip. Yeah. So if you want to get even further still, toe heel the left foot back a little bit, sit further down, stacking the right knee on top of the heel. It's a fiery experience. 3 more breaths here. Try to stay with the intensity. And then ready, flow on out, downward facing dog pose. Okay, take a moment, just acknowledge left, right, what's going on. Great. Let's redevelop the heat on the second side. Left leg for split, move it around, take a few breaths. Bring the left foot forward, high lunge or warrior 1, your choice. Ground down through the front of the heel. Make sure you can see the big toe on the inside of that left knee. And your job is to stay as deep in this bend as you can and open to warrior 2. So we keep dropping down into the thigh. You drop down into that thigh. You move the left knee towards the pinky toe. Work deeper into the outer hip. Another breath. Good. Flow to dog. Take 2 breaths down dog. Try and push your inner thighs further back. Tabletop position. Fire hydrant. Send your left leg back first, so it's floating. And then bend the left leg at the knee out to the side. Flex the foot. I'm just going to breathe here. Yeah. I'm going to try and hold for about a minute. So if it ever starts to cramp, you just send the leg back where it was before, and then bring it out again. Hold the abdomen in. Try to bring as much of your entire body into this as you can. There's one area underworking. There's one area overworking. I'm going to change legs. Right leg back. Bring it to fire hydrant. So if an area of your body underworks, it forces other areas to work harder. So I want you to try to balance the heat out. Yes, it's a hip practice, but what about your arms? What are they doing and how can they contribute? Your shoulders, your core. Ready? Slowly inhale your way out. Downward facing dog pose, okay? Down dog. Right leg for split. Bring it forward. Warrior one. How has it changed for you? Warrior two. Back into the heat of the alignments. Try to stabilize there, friends. Right, so we're deep in it. Warrior two. Let it be fiery. Flow to dog. Right, just some compare and contrast. Same thing, second side, left leg up. Bring it forward, warrior one. Try to get right into it. You might start to notice that you have more space after we've been doing this fiery series. Warrior two. Flow. Back to tabletop. Send the left leg back. Stage one, bring the knee out, fire hydrant. Stage two, the leg is straight. Yeah, you picked a level. Recommit to the whole body working together. Keep flexing through that left foot, no matter where it is. Keep flexing through it. Strength training exercises, right? We're building the strength right now in these holds. You're more than halfway through this. Keep the breath deep. Yeah, good job. Yep, so we just keep recommitting again and again and again. Good, change sides. Stage one, knee in. Stage two, leg straight. Especially as the challenges increase your breath. Right? You can notice how your mind responds to what it may or may not start to say to you. And come on out. Yeah, try child's pose for a moment. And just 2 more breaths. It's really just a brief moment, child's pose. Likely feel pretty nice after we've been contracting those outer hips just to let them relax. Down dog or flow to down dog. I'm gonna go front of the mat, stepping or jumping. And grab your blocks. If you don't have blocks, books are fine. Just something to elevate the floor a little bit. So I'm gonna have mine at the lowest setting, just so they're there for me. It's fine to not have blocks. Don't worry about it. I find that makes it a little more stable. You're gonna do wide-legged chair pose, Uber Utkatasana. So open the feet wider than your hips. Sit down into chair. Let it get fiery. Lift and spread those toes. You're gonna go into wide leg forward fold, hands on blocks. And then try to take your hands to your ankles, gripping your ankles. Squeeze into them and try and pull up. Great. Keep your left hand where it is. Extend your spine, bring your right hand to the block. Shift weight to your right leg. Take your left leg out to the side, holding the foot with your hand. 5 breaths. And then guide it back to the floor, changing sides. Left hand to the block, right hand to the ankle. Open the leg out to the right, holding the foot. Breathing. Bring it down. Blocks can go off to the side. Step, jump, or flow to downward facing dog pose. Probably feeling some deep sensation in those hips now, huh? First foot. Bring it forward. Warrior 1. Just 2 breaths, nice classical shape. Warrior 2. Same idea, just 2 breaths. Classical warrior 2. Keep the front thigh deep, reverse for 2 breaths. And then back to warrior 2. Stay deep in the front thigh. 1 more breath. Root through the right heel, triangle pose. Yeah, this one probably feels pretty nice. Take the left arm over the ear and just see how long you can get. Stretching through the outer left hip, both down to the left foot and from the hip, extending up through the left fingers. Pretty sweet. On your next inhale, lift all the way up with both legs straight, hands to the hips. Goddess. You're going to adjust your feet so that the heels are in, the toes are turning out, and you're going to sit down. So stage 1, hands are on the hips or the thighs. Stage 2, arms are up, interlacing the hands and pressing the palms. Now sit down into it and scoop the tailbone. Try to get the knees to press towards the pinky toes, zipping up through your core. 3 more breaths. Last breath here. Inhale, push up. Turn your heels out again so the feet are parallel with the sides of your mat. Wide leg forward fold. Take your hands out wider, hold your feet, your big toes, and just let yourself gently pour deeper in. Now, as you're folding, remember to move your shoulder blades away from your ears so that the back of the neck is open and long. Your upper back is working. Now, you might bring your hands to tripod, placing the palms of your hands in the same line as your feet at the width of your shoulders. Just push down into your hands and try to plug the head of the arm bone back as you bring the crown of your head closer and closer towards the floor. I want you to stay here if you're in this placement for 3 more breaths. Working the shoulder heads back towards the earlobe, the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Yeah, we can ease ourselves out of whichever wide-legged forward fold shape we're in and float a downward facing dog. We'll try the second side. Left leg, bring it forward. Warrior 1, 2 breaths. Warrior 2, 2 breaths. Reverse for 2. And back to warrior 2, so it's still fiery. And now triangle pose. And this is a longer hold where you just get to stretch through that side body in a real sweet way. Yeah. On your next inhale, reach up with the right arm. Shift to goddess. 5 breaths here. Same as before. Hands to the thighs or up to the sky. If you're doing the interlace, change the interlace so it's the non-habitual one. Try to stay deep in it. Last 2 breaths. Wide leg forward fold again. And just like we did before, stage 1, holding the feet. Stage 2, tripod the hands. And for anyone that feels totally safe in stage 2 and strong, and you have a headstand practice, you might want to shift into your headstand now. Not specifically a headstand class, so much as it's a headstand moment for any body that loves this shape. And take care of yourself inside of the shapes, friends. Consider an exit strategy, making your way to down dog once more. Take your right leg high to the sky. Go ahead and bring your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Wide leg, low lunge, lizard lunge. Flex the right foot, turn the toes out as far as you need to feel really good and safe. Hands can go to blocks or stay on the floor. Back knee can stay lifted or go down to the floor. Maybe bring your forearms down to the floor. Breathing. We're here for 30 more seconds. You're just committing to a deep, steady breath. Okay. Can you bring your hands flat, your hips back, and your right hand to your calf? If that works, try to move your right shoulder behind and underneath the knee. And if that works, try and hold your right ankle with both hands. I'm going to try 5 breaths here. If these don't work, then just go back to stage 1, that lizard lunge. 3 more breaths. You ease yourself out, but keep the right foot forward. Just toe heel it to the center of your mat. Turn your left foot flat to the floor. That's it. Perfect. Bring your right hand inside of your right foot on the floor or on a block. Side angle pose. Yes. Steady transition. Total steadiness. Left arm to the sky. Squeeze your right arm and leg together and just look at your right hand, your knee, your shoulder, and make sure everything feels safe for you. If that's working, turn your gaze to the sky. You're going to rotate your left hand all the way in. So you're going to actually turn your left palm towards the back of your mat and then towards the wall behind you. You're going to bend and wrap that left arm around your ribs. So you're in a half bind. Beautiful. Now this is as much a hip opener as is a twist and a shoulder opener. If you want to go further forward, literally physically lean forward, wrap your right arm around your right thigh bone, take hold of your hands, and you've got the full bind. None of it is necessary. All of it is options. You're just noticing where your intensity lies. Right? What's the place that allows you to have the most tapas or to be the most tapasic, right? The most engaged, the most present, the most tenacious. And another breath. Slowly unwind, flow to down dog, please. Leaving that series, you should feel like something deep has happened in your right hip. Right? You should feel like there has been an obvious shift or change. Right? Even if you're just holding stage 1 the entire time, a long hold, right? Left leg, bring it forward, outside of the hands. Remember, you pick, flex the left foot, turn the toes out. Yep. You're upright on your hands. Maybe your back knee is lowered. Maybe you're on your forearms. So we've got 30 seconds here. Try to see this as an opportunity in the challenge to be with it. We know that this time is not forever. The last 5 seconds. And you're going to slowly make your way to side angle. Take your time. That wasn't so bad. Oh, I forgot shoulder behind and underneath the knee. Who am I kidding? Oh my gosh. Trying to do shoulder behind and underneath the knee. Just as I said, it wasn't so bad, right? If that feels good, try to hold the ankle with both hands. I fooled myself there, didn't I? Now, side angle pose, go for it. Take your time. So you toe heel the left foot to the center of your mat. Turn your right foot flat. Stage one, left hand inside of the foot on the ground or on a block. Squeezing the left arm and leg together in their entirety. Look towards the ceiling. Stage two, the half bind. Rotate the right arm all the way in. Wrap it around the back of your ribs. If you want to go further in, lean your body forward. Wrap your left arm around your left leg. Hold hands with yourself. Bound side angle. Last two breaths. Slowly unwind. Float a dog. Child's pose. In this child's pose, turn your palms upward facing. Notice what it is to receive just for 2 more breaths. I want to carry us into a deeper release into the hip through pigeon. So if you aren't practicing pigeon today, then lay on your back and do the figure 4 that we did in the beginning. Otherwise, down dog, right leg, bring it forward. And I want you to take one of your blocks and place it underneath the center of your left thigh, the thickest part of your left thigh, above the knee, below the hip. And then you're going to walk yourself forward, folding forward. If you have a second block, you can put the second block under your ribs. You can make your hands into fists, stack them, resting down, forehead on the fists. And just follow the sensation of your body relaxing down. Last breath. You're going to stay in the pigeon shape, but just remove the blocks. Thigh stretch. So either left hand to left foot or twisted thigh stretch. I'd encourage you to do the one that feels spicier to you. Right? Like I love doing the twisted thigh stretch. Generally feels like more accessible in my body. So because I know that about myself, I'm choosing to do the same hand, same leg thigh stretch. And I'm really getting to the the part of the thigh that is less commonly gotten to in my body. Right, and that's different for everyone, for everybody. We just search for that. And without slingshotting, you'll ease yourself out. And we're going to go ahead and change sides, okay? So you can take a moment in down dog and just notice the space in the left thigh after the thigh stretch. Going in, second side. Block underneath the right thigh. Lowering down, block underneath the ribs. Lowering down, stacking the fists. Right, we're here for 90 seconds. It's a really nice, long, stabilized release for us. A restorative pigeon, right? A supported pigeon. You can let your body relax even more into the supports. Relaxing not only the tissues, but also relaxing into your bones. So the very architecture of your body can receive the heat of the shift. Your last breath here. And then very gently start to release yourself. Thigh stretch. Good. And as you've gotten to the heart of that thigh stretch, you can release one final down dog. This will be our last one in class today. It might feel quite different than the first one. It does to me. The direct result of our conscious Tapasic engagements, right? This deliberate stepping in to the intensity for change. High plank all the way to the floor. Roll over onto your back. We're going to do just a little mini back bend set. So we'll all start off in bridge pose. Try bridge. Feet close to the hips. Arms at your sides. Just root the shoulders down. Come on up. If you want to make it restorative, go ahead and bring a block underneath your pelvis. Otherwise, just adjust for a nice intense shoulder setting bridge pose. You can relax out of bridge. I'm keeping my hands interlaced and sitting down on my forearms because I really appreciate how this continues to stretch open my chest, something that I find when I work a lot on my computer. I really, really want this to counterbalance. Now we're just going to do one more back bend, okay? So you can do bridge pose again. You can stay as you are. Or you can try for full wheel if you prefer. So on your breath, rise back up, one final back bend. Stay as long as it feels enjoyable for you. When you find that you're finished, resting on your backs, follow the vibe of your body. You're going to bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a little tiny hug here. Then we're going to try a very passive twist. So you can do any twist that you'd like. I'm going to do the Sutta Virta Garudasana, so the supine twisted eagle, which is just the Sanskrit way of saying place your left knee on top of your right knee so that you have like eagle legs. And then move your hips over to the left a little bit, and the knees are going to drop to the right. Arms in cactus or out like a T. Now we're trying to be very, very passive in this one today. Looking for a complete organic release. You could always put a block underneath your knees to get more support, relief for the side body and the low back. You don't have to though. You're aiming for an even amount of release on both sides. Whenever you feel that you're ready for the second side, go on in. Just let that be your own body's pace. And ease yourself out of the second side as well. Bring your knees into your chest. Try a little happy baby moment. Now you can stay in happy baby or do a little happy baby Supta Baddha Konasana hybrid, which is to say, bring the soles of your feet together, keep them over the space of your mid body, or your heart and push them towards one another as you bring them closer towards your chest. Hmm. Yeah. So it's from here. You can roll over to one side, come upright, try classical Baddha Konasana, and fold forward. Just about 5 breaths, really to check it out. It doesn't have to be anything big or aggressive. And then you can come up, you can do that pose 2 more times, or Agni Stambhasana, crossing left leg on top, right? If you want to try this, but it feels a little too tight for you, you just straighten the right leg, left leg bent, and fold forward. Again, just like in classical Baddha Konasana, try not to force anything at this stage. Rather, we've done a lot of work on our hips. See what you can do to make this more of a gentle release for your body. And I suppose when I say gentle, what I mean is like an energetically gentle release. This is not to say that this pose will be without intensity, right? They often will feel very, very, very meaningful for our body. Changing legs. Yeah. And then you can come up, friends. And one final forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Going in as deeply as feels nice for you in these moments. A thank you to our nervous system. Thank you to our legs, our hips, and our spine. And you'll be able to come up and out of this pose whenever it feels good for you. You might discover that you'd like to do 1 or 2 more poses before your Shavasana. Some kind of an adjustment, some kind of shift, maybe another twist if your low back feels tight. Maybe a little plow, shoulder stand. If you find that you're inspired in any way for a few more poses, please take your time to do them. Whenever you're ready for Shavasana, just make your way there gently. And try your best in the environment to relax. Try to stay still and just notice the quality of your settling, heaviness, and release. This deep softness counterbalancing all the tenacity, all the tapas, the equal opposite output. Give yourself permission to remain like this as long as it feels good, stretching your shavasana out minutes and minutes and minutes more. If you are ready to close class, you can meet me in a seated position. And wherever you are, still deep in Shavasana, or preparing your body and Thanksgiving for clothes, notice the effects of this work in the stillness within. It's to that place of peace that we gently bow, acknowledging again the promise of yoga, which is this: every time we come to the mat, gentle chant of Om, easy breath. Oh, Om Shanti, deep peace. Namaste. Thank you all.